Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode in my community questions series. We are now on to episode 22. If anybody's new to my channel or hasn't checked out my questions series, I had started a series here a while ago where I wanted to ask questions to the community as it was something I used to love doing. People used to do a lot of community questions, but in recent years, there hasn't been as many. Now, recently, though, I have seen a lot of other people asking questions, and they're just fun to participate in. So I thought it'd be fun to bring those back onto my channel and get other people's perspectives on these questions and their answers because, everybody collects differently, everybody plays games differently, everybody has their own idea of what it means to be a gamer or collector, and so it's just fun to get other people's opinions and stuff and get their ideas on subjects that I ask. And so that's why I created this series. I did want to let everybody know, though, that again, there will be a contest that I hold at the end of this series. For everybody who participates, you will get an entry into the contest. You can answer the question in one of two ways. You can either leave your answer as a comment, or you can take the time to film a video response and you'll get an additional entry. You can also do both and get two entries for every question. And until I have the contest for the question series, you can go back to any of my previous 21 questions before this one and answer them at any time and get those entries if you might have forgot or missed a few of them, as I'd love to hear from you guys answering some of those questions, as I have asked some questions that I got some really wonderful responses. I appreciate some of you that have taken the time to film a video response, because I do know it's not easy always to find the time to film a video and to take the time to film a response to somebody's question. So I appreciate everybody who has done that in the past. Really appreciate you guys. It's just awesome, and it's just another way for me to interact with you guys and just to chat about games, because I'm just so passionate about them. I love them, and I just think it's great to interact with other people. It's just awesome, something I really enjoy. So I appreciate everybody who has been supporting this series. So for question 22, I want to ask you guys, what is your favorite source for adding games and collectibles to your collection? So what's your favorite place to buy games for your collection? Like, where do you like to go? Are you someone that maybe you like to go to thrift stores, or maybe you like to go to the game stores, maybe you like going online, or you're a person who likes flea markets and yard sales, or swap meets, or maybe you're like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. What's your favorite place to get games, and your favorite source for games for your collection? Now, for me, it used to be really big into thrift stores. I still like them. I found some of my most expensive games and some of my best deals. I've had incredible deals over the years at thrift stores, especially early on when I started getting really big into the collecting again in the early 2000s. I was just finding stuff left and right, incredible price and stuff. However, these days, the last like 6, 7 years, the Goodwills here and other thrift stores have caught on to that. Hey, these old games are worth something. I should look into selling them for more money, and so they started putting them on their Shop Goodwill website. And so occasionally I'll find a good deal here and there, but it's not like it used to be. So for me, my favorite source has actually become my local game stores, as I have been shopping at them now for 21 years. Next year will be my 22nd year of going to them, and I have found some incredible deals there. Even this year, I'm going to share a couple of them with you guys. That one of them was like absolutely my favorite find of the year, one of my all-time favorite finds of all time there in a long time. It's just, for me, they price fair. Sometimes there's stuff that's expensive when it's expensive, but there's a lot of times, with the many locations they have, they've got over 40 of them. They don't always price things at what they're worth, and as some people just call them catching them slipping, but you know, I just call it catching a deal at times. And I've discovered some games there that I bought. Like, there was this Trag game for PS1. I didn't really know about it. Just looked kind of cool. I got it for like $3 or something, and found out it's like a $25 game. And I've had a couple situations like that where I found a game and didn't know much about it, bought it, and someone's like, "Hey, that was a really expensive game." Like, there was a Jimmy Connors tennis for NES. I like NES games, and it's fun playing the little sports games. It's like, hey, I never saw this game before. Cool, I'll pick it up for $1. And someone told me, dude, that's kind of a uncommon to rare regular Nintendo game. They're hard to find, so I picked it up. It's cool, and I just like getting deals like that. And then also, too, over the years, my one buddy, I had actually two there, but the other guy, he just recently left. But one buddy has worked there, and I've known him almost this entire 21 years, and he has always been good to me at these stores. That he's been at multiple locations. He's real good friends with the owner, so he helps him buy collections and stuff. I've talked about him before to you guys about some of the crazy stuff he's bought that's made its way into my collection. And he's just an overall good dude, and they never try to screw you over at these game stores. They always look at a way, to make it fair for everybody. They're obviously to make money, but they've always been fair. Like a deal I remember is when I was going after official Xbox magazines, they had a whole bunch of the magazines sealed, and it was like over 100 of them. They wanted $3 a piece. Well, I didn't want to spend $300. I'd seen them there for months and sitting. And the one guy asked, "Hey, didn't want to work out a deal?" Okay, cool. I left. Came back a couple weeks later. There was another guy there, and I said, "Hey, I'm interested in buying some of these, but I don't want to pay $3. Would you work out a deal if I bought all of them?" And it was over 100, and he's like, "Sure." You know, house like I think it turned out to be like 110 or $120 for over 100 magazines. It just breaks down to like less than $1 an issue, which is a hell of a deal for those. Took him up on it and got those gigs. Like you're not going to get those kind of deals online. And other times I go to the store when my buddy's there, he hooks me up with deals and gives me sometimes free games. He cuts deal on something, cuts things down like he did with the Batman games. He knocked off like $20 for me when they were priced at 50 and like 60 and 60, and gave me all for $50, 10 and 10 off. Those are just the kind of deals you're not going to get online or get on from strangers. And he got that because I have been a very loyal customer, and he knows I've spent a lot of money over the years and I've sold stuff to them. And so we made a good rapport with each other. Just become friends there, and just down to earth, and don't try to rip people off. He doesn't try to rip me off. I don't try to rip them off. And it's been a great relationship. And so that's why I've liked been going to their stores, because I just find all kinds of crazy stuff. I found besides the thrift stores, I found some of my rarest games now that weren't at the time, and some of my hardest to find games thanks to their selections, because they do have an amazing selection of stuff. And they don't have just games. They've got DVDs, they've got CDs, Blu-rays, they've got toys, which I bought a bunch of these Star Trek figures from them, almost like a whole set for really cheap. Um, they even have, laser discs. They've got TVs they sell besides video games. So they have a variety of stuff they sell. And I've built up a lot of my movie collections thanks to them, and a lot of my game collection. And something that's really cool that I would like to participate in. This actually was asked to me. My buddy asked me this before the pandemic hit. But he was talking about, "Hey, Jeremy, you've been a really good customer of ours. We want to create a commercial for our business, and share it online and stuff. Would you be willing to be in this commercial, and we could talk about how the stores I work at here, how our company has helped build your collection over the last 20 years." And he's like, "Would you be interested?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be kind of cool." And he's like, "I'd like to come to your house, film in your little game room, and we just would talk here for a little bit about your experience shopping at our stores and how we built up your collection. Maybe you can pick out a piece or two that are your favorite and say, you got it from our store this year, and you paid this, and this is what you enjoyed about it and why you like shopping." And I said, "That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I would enjoy doing that." But then the pandemic's hit now, and so that's been kind of put on hold. But I told him, if he ever wants to do that, I'm definitely up for that, because I think it'd be kind of cool, because I want to keep supporting them too. That's another thing too. I like shopping at my local game stores because it keeps them in business, and it keeps them helping me find stuff, because they're really good too with that. Like if I need a game, they have 40 plus locations plus a big warehouse. They put a locator out there. "Oh, we can have it sent from another store for just a couple bucks. This location in another state has it. Let me ship it here for you." And you just pay the couple dollar shipping, and now you can get that game. And so they look out for me too. So that's another thing, they can find games for you. And then my buddy knows I'm into certain things. Like I was going for original Xbox. Like when he got stuff in, he would hold it in the back for me and give me a call. "Hey, Jeremy, hey, I just had a dude just traded in 30 new Xbox games. I know you're going for that complete set. I'm not going to put them out yet. What, you want to come down and check them out before I put them out on the floor, for you get first dibs." You just don't get that kind of personalized service with random people on the internet or random yard sales or thrift stores. You just don't get that. You get as a one-on-one in a local business. And sometimes there's people like, I bought a game for $10 there. "Oh, you could have got that for $5 online, and you could have got a better deal." And it's like, hey, I know my $10 is going to a store that's helped me with so many deals, okay? I overpaid a couple times for games here and there or whatever. Do you know how many deals the dude's given me over the years and how much stuff I've gotten? He's given me some things for free sometimes and cut me deals. Like, yeah, it works both ways. So I don't mind sometimes paying a little bit more for something I really want. Sometimes there's a game out there brand new for the $50 and I want to have it. I'll buy it at their store so that they get the money over a Walmart or a Target who doesn't give a shit about me like they do. They truly care about their customers as a small mom and pop business and they want to keep us coming back. So that is why I love buying games and collectibles and stuff from my local game stores because they have helped out my collection so tremendously over the years. It's just found some amazing stuff. And one thing I got here, which is actually not for me, it's for my brother. I got for $100, but came with all the little posters and stuff. Is you guys remember they had the RC Claptrap that came in the big collector's edition with the Xbox One and PS4 and I think maybe PC. These online have been going for like $400 and $500. My brother always wanted one. He missed out on the pre-order and he was just so disappointed. And he sees the price. I'm never going to own one. Well, this is just the Claptrap and the collectibles. All he's missing is literally an outer box and the steelbook. Everything else in the game, which he has it on PC. He's excited. This is only $100 for this RC unit, and everybody online wants $200, $300, $400, and $500 for it. Like, that's a hell of a deal. And I was glad to pick that up for him. He's so freaking excited to get that. He can't wait. He sent me the money through PayPal. As soon as I saw it there, I knew it has. I knew he was in the Borderlands, and he knew he wanted that Claptrap in the RC. And I took a picture of it to make sure it was the right one because I wasn't really familiar with the collector's edition of that Borderlands game. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, that's the one I want. Yeah, buy it right now for $100, dude. I'm gonna PayPal you money instantly. Pick it up because I want it." And so I picked it up. I loved it. And another one for me, one of my best finds almost of all time at that store. It's so amazing, especially what it's going for, is finding this Steel Battalion controller in the box. All it was missing was a cardboard for $150. That is an absolute steal for that, as people online want $500, $600, $700, $800 for this. And the game itself is even crazier now at like $150 to $200. And I remember buying it there for $2.50. Just, you're not going to get those kind of deals online, especially this day and age. No way. I don't even know how this Steel Battalion controller was only $150 there. Whoever was pricing at that store obviously didn't know what they had because it's worth a lot more than that. So I was all just, happy to find that. Some of my other ones that were really expensive for original Xbox didn't used to be, like the IHRA Sportsman Edition. I got for just a couple dollars. It's going for like $40, $50. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, I got at the bargain bin for $5. My one of the most expensive original Xbox games is that Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. I remember buying that for $2.50. And that game's going for a crazy amount of money now. I've picked up, used to get Luigi's Mansion there, copies for GameCube for like $10, $5. You used to find all this stuff. Now, of course, their prices have been going up because, the pandemic has just made everybody, interested in buying collecting. So, of course, they price higher. And if I was paying the prices they are charging now, I wouldn't build my collection up as well. But I still am able to find deals there. And they still are willing to work with me on something when I want to get a game. And another thing I love too is they're always willing to work with you, want to trade something. Like my buddy wanted to trade in something. They offered X amount of dollars. And he's like, I wanted to get a little bit more money, but I'm also interested in this game. He's like, would you guys be willing to give me that game and the offer you had? And you know what? They said, friends with Jeremy, he's a good customer of ours. You know what? I'll give you the X amount of dollars I was offering you, and I'll give you that game, because he's a good customer, and we like him, and we hope to make you a regular customer too. And so they hooked him up with a deal too. So that is why I love my local game stores, and why I will continue to shop with them, and I hope they stay in business forever because I have built up my collection thanks to them, and I have gotten some of my best deals from them and made some good friends there at those stores, and they're always really friendly people too. That's another thing I love about their customer service. They're not nasty with you. I'm sure some of you guys have been to game stores where the people just seem like they could give a shit less about you, or like, yeah, can I look at this game? Yeah, you're gonna buy it? I'm not getting up out of this chair unless you're buying it. That kind of attitude you get, and you're like, okay, I don't want to shop here anymore. Never had one of those experiences there. All the years I've been going there, 21 years now, since 2000, I've had nothing but positive experiences there, and it reflects with how they built their business up and how they keep expanding to more stores, more employees, more inventory and stuff because of their business practices, and that's why I love shopping there. But that's my answer, guys. I'd like to hear what's your favorite place to get your games? Your favorite source or collectibles, whatever you like to get. What's your favorite place to go? I'd like to know. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.